Good morning. I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Kris. And welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree.
And today is Mother's Day, and we'd like to wish everyone Happy Mother's Day.
And
Yay.
real quick,
Yeah.
happy day after my daughter graduated college. Yes, I have a college graduate. She's off the payroll.
There you go.
Okay. Before we get started on our topic for the day.
Correct.
Jeannine, I want you to talk to us about the schedule for Longtail Knits.
Longtail knits.
I do know how to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, the excitement of my daughter's graduation is taking over. Schedule for May for classes.
Yes. So, and we haven't even had any workshops yet for May because we're not starting until May 14th with any scheduled workshops.
We needed a break.
We did.
It has been a little busy. April was nuts.
It's been very busy. It was a busy month again. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
From both of us. It's been an awesome month.
It has. So, May 14th is a Saturday, and we have rigid Heddle weaving from 10 to 3. And we also have a spinning technique that is happening from 11 to 2. It's for learning how to do different plies for your yarns. That's a fun one.
Spiral ply is my
Yes.
favorite. Well, yeah, it's still my favorite.
Still
Even
your
though I
favorite.
like chain plying now. I didn't used to, but I've gotten good at it.
She
now I
has.
like it.
All right. So, and then on May 18th, we have a beginner's macrame workshop. That's Kris from 4 to 8. And on the 19th, now that is a Thursday, so we're a little off schedule with the beginner's spinning, but beginner's spinning, May 19th from 5 to 8, with the second session being June 1st.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's a little weird, but
No,
it'll work.
but that's nice though to have it on a different day for people that maybe can't do a Wednesday night or a Saturday.
So it's a Thursday, Wednesday. I don't know why, but it's just the way she scheduled it this time.
They're not even Thursday.
No,
Okay.
the Thursday, Wednesday.
All right.
Our Western Reserve Lace Society monthly meeting is on the 21st from 10 to 1. Okay. On the 25th, we have basic needle felting from 5 to 8. The only workshop that you can walk in, advertised walk-ins welcome.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Only class.
Then the subject of the day. You have to put this on your calendar.
Please.
You have to understand
right now.
Several dates. Longtail Knit store will be closed from May 27th through May 30th. The reason being, the 27th is the Friday where we go and set up.
And we get really, really tired and sleep really hard on that Friday night.
Correct. So we're going to do setup on Friday, and the store needs to be closed so I can go and help set up this year for the Great Lakes Fiber Show. And Great Lakes Fiber Show is the 28th and 29th.
Yep.
And the 30th is Memorial Day. We get a day to rest. Not really. We got to put the store back together.
The store back together. There's no rest for the weary.
And then we'll open again on the 31st. So it may not seem like there's a lot of stuff going on in May, but it's a busy month because we're prepping.
Oh my God, I'm going to be dying so much stuff during the remainder of the month because, I have the stuff that's in the store and I look at what's left here and I'm like, people, quit buying my yarns or I'm not going to have any yarns to take to Great Lakes. And Jeannine's comment is, well, as long as it sells, it doesn't matter. I'm like, no, but I don't want an empty booth at Great Lakes either.
She is not going to have an empty booth.
Thank you so much for buying all my stuff, but, I don't know.
Just keep buying it because I'd like to see your panic towards the end of the month. It's going to be fun.
Oh, then I'll do what I did last time before Wild and Woolly and die for 14 days straight.
Nope. It's going to make more room for your finished items that you're going to be selling.
Okay. Well, we got to find more room for me to make more time for me to do the finished items.
We're getting there. We'll get there. So, Memorial Day weekend from the Saturday and Sunday. So, it's called a Memorial Day tradition. Memorial Day weekend tradition, Great Lakes Fiber Show. And you can go to their website and you can find all their stuff up there. It's greatlakesfibershow.org. And we are going to go through some of the things that they have available for you to check out, some of the things for you to do. And we're going to start with workshops. And I'm going to run down those very quickly. You can get full details on their website. Now, we are using our devices because we don't have this stuff memorized.
There's no way. There's too much stuff. And you guys need to know it all.
Right. So there is a workshop called Rug Hooking 3D Pumpkins. Must be new because I didn't see that one on there before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You also have an introduction to rigid Heddle weaving. Discover shibori with indigo dyeing. Whirl away spindle styles and spinning techniques. Weave a napkin or cracker basket. So that is Saturday's workshops.
Go back to the one that says indigo dyeing. What did you say that whole thing was?
Discovering shibori with indigo dyeing.
Ooh.
That's an all-day one. That's like an 8-hour workshop.
Wow. Who wants to come work my booth so I can go take a class?
You cannot do that.
Oh.
It's all day. You can't leave Tony alone.
We tried. Sorry, Tony. It was just minor thought.
But you're going to want this one. Sunday workshops.
Oh, no.
Weave shoelaces using kumihimu techniques. It's that piece where it stands up and you do the different braid techniques.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah.
I have the thing.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But, yeah, I butchered the word. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cooking school for fiber blends.
Oh.
Choosing a hand spinning fleece. That's interesting.
Oh, I would be interested
So
in that.
that's Dave's class. Felted
He's
friends.
Such a good teacher.
Felted friends and fauna. So there's a felting workshop. And intro to Fair Isle knitting, hugs and kisses, wrist warmers. And Nancy Curtis is doing that one. She is actually one of my customers here in the store. She's super excited about it. So
That's
those,
awesome.
yeah, so those are the Saturday and Sunday workshops. Some are 4 hours long. It could be in the morning or the afternoon, or you have that 8-hour all-day workshop where I believe there's like an hour in between the morning and the afternoon sessions to give you a chance to shop.
And all the fees for the workshops,
they're all up
registration,
there.
It's all online. Remember, that's GreatLakesFiberShow.org, not .com.
Correct.
I feel like there's more classes this year than last year.
Yeah, I think they actually, last year the teachers were still a little hesitant to come out.
Okay, that's awesome.
But this year it's much better, so they got a lot of them.
I feel like we're kind of back to full force almost.
We are
which
back
is so
to
nice
full
to
force.
see.
So the next thing on their website is the competitions. And Kris is going to talk about the competitions.
Yes. So first one I'm going to talk to you about is just the Fleece Show and Sale. Sorry, that's actually hard for me to say. So it's basically a show that's dedicated to qualify species. I can't talk today. It's qualifying fleeces for hand spinning.
Correct.
So there's people are like dropping fleeces off on Friday, and Friday night actually before the show begins is when the judging for fleeces begins. Usually when I'm setting up, like when we're done setting up, sometimes I take a peek and a run through the barn to see the fleeces that are out because they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. And the best part about these fleeces is when they're done judging, a lot of the fleeces get put up for sale.
And those are in the grandstand.
And yeah, in the grandstand. Walk in, look to your left. You can't miss it. But some of these fleeces are amazing. So it's usually very minor fees to enter all the competitions. But that fleece, if you're looking for a good quality fleece for a specific project, go to the grandstand first. Yep. And I will tell you, even I've bought fleeces from under the grandstand, and it's not as outrageously priced as you think that they're going to be. They're actually very, very competitive fees for the fleeces. The next one is the Knit and Crochet Garment Competition. There are probably, I think there's 6 categories in the knit and 6 categories in the crochet. And I'm just going to tell you what they are real quick. In the knitting, the categories are 1, sweaters and vests, poncho, something called a ruana. What's that?
It's like, it's a sleeveless sweater, but it's open in the front and it's long and it's belted.
Oh.
They're nice. I want to make one.
I did not know. Learn something new every day. So there, see, learn that. Second category is shawls. And there are some customers that you have in this store that should be entering some of those shawls they make. I don't know if they do or not, but shawls. Another one is accessories. It's hats, mittens, scarves, cowls, leggings, etc. Fourth category is socks and slippers. Fifth is garments for babies and children. Somebody I know should be entering that. The last one is knitter's choice for non-wool knitted garments or a garment category not listed.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure.
Well, like blankets.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
If you took the time to knit a blanket and it looks fabulous, get it out there and enter it because that takes time.
Your doilies, if you're doing anything like that.
Yep. And then the crochet categories. The first one, sweaters, vests, ponchos, ruanas. Second is shawls. Then we have accessories again, hats, mittens, scarves, cowls, leggings. Socks and slippers for the fourth one. Garments for babies and children for the fifth. And the sixth is your crocheter's choice for non-wool knitted garments or a garment category not listed.
Ooh. Stuffed animals would fall into that last category in the knit and the crochet ones.
Where's Rhonda?
I know, I'll talk to Rhonda.
Talk to Rhonda. She should enter something because she's amazing.
She's an amazing crocheter.
Amazing crocheter.
Yeah.
And then I will tell you, so with the entry into these, I'm trying to find it.
Oh, you have to download the form to see what the cost is.
To really see the cost?
It's
$3. $3 a night. I found it. So entries are $3. Everything needs to be dropped off. Your submissions, let's see, from 8:30 to 11 on Saturday. You can drop stuff off. Nothing late is accepted. It's on here. Judging takes place Saturday after 11. Okay? Entries must be picked up between 2 and 3 on Sunday, and they're saying they're going to require your photo ID. So definitely fun stuff for knitters and crocheters.
Yep.
Now, the thing that I didn't mention, and it's the same for the next competition that I'm going to tell you about, is anything you enter has to be made after June 1st of 2021.
Yep.
So can't be done 2 years ago, has to be done within this last 12-month period.
Yep.
To be able to enter it into the show. And then the last competition is a skein competition. My favorite because I have entered every year since I went. And
she's won every year since she went. She's the grand champion 2 years running.
I am.
And she's going to do it again this year.
I don't know. Tony Jody's going to give me a run for my money.
I know, she is.
She said I suckered her by mentioning her in our last video, that now she has no choice but to enter her skein. And I'm like, well, good.
You know, and the thing is, it's a healthy competition. And we have the first year that you entered, Alex entered as well.
Yes,
as a novice. He won his division.
He did.
You won your division. And so they were up against each other for the final, the grand champion, and
Absolutely.
she took the grand champion that year. So we were very proud here at the store to have 2 people that learned how to spin here.
We've had a very good teacher.
We have.
And then not only did we have a good teacher, but with our open groups, we've all
learned
kind of learned from each other, helped each other with certain techniques. So
yeah,
I think it's fabulous. So
it just kind of solidified the stuff that we're doing here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's so much fun. So there are very, very specific rules that I'm not going to get into about how to prepare your skein.
Correct.
If you're going to enter the skein competition. So I'm going to tell you the categories. It's the same thing, $3 entry fee. You have to use a form that you print from online that you fill out. And they're going to ask you questions on that form like,
what's your fiber?
What's your fiber content? What is your intended use for this skein? So make sure that if you spun something and you're going to enter it into the competition, you know what you would use that for later. Because that one caught me off guard the first year. I was like, well, what do they mean intended use? I spun the yarn. That's all they need to know. And they're like, no, you have to tell them intended use. I'm like, well, I have no intended use because I just spun it to enter it. Like, better figure it out. I was like, woven shawl. I was like guessing. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it probably ended up in a woven shawl anyway. But
it did.
The thing is, print those forms now. Give yourself plenty of time to fill those out properly.
Yeah.
You're not rushed. Think about it. Do it the right way.
Yeah.
And you can enter once in every category.
You can. And so unless they've changed it, you can enter 2 items in each category. It doesn't one entry for each skein prior to the registration of the show. Yeah, it doesn't state it on here, and it may be on the form that you fill out, but I've always entered 2 skeins
in that same category.
Into what is it? Category, I don't know. Where's the
D?
Is it D?
Novelty yarns.
Yes, novelty yarns. Category D. I usually enter 2 of my art yarns because I usually have 2 different types that I've spun. So I think you can enter 2, and you can enter however many categories that you want. But I'll get into the categories real quick. So there's category A, and it's singles, not plied. That's at least 50% sheep wool. Okay. Category B is 2 or more plies spun into a traditional yarn that's at least 50% sheep's wool. Now, as I keep saying, 50% sheep's wool, they're not also meaning the other 50% can be a commercial fiber. Okay, it all has to be
a natural fiber,
a protein fiber. It does. It all has to be, everything except for category D has to be natural. Okay, so just remember, like if you're a person that likes to ply with thread, then you're gonna, no matter what that is, you're gonna be in category D. Cannot ply with thread anywhere. Cannot be used. Has to be. So well, unless they've changed it. So print everything out and double check. But
2 spun singles are typically going to be a natural fiber.
Correct.
Together.
Category C is spinner's choice of fiber and ply. Category D, my favorite, is novelty yarns, which include like boucle, knot, spiral, slub, cable spun, spinner's choice. A commercial yarn with hand spun yarn may be used in this class. You have to identify the commercial product in that skein that's spun on your entry form. Category E is novelty spinning. This means you have been spinning for 1 year or less. Okay? And you can do a single.
It says novice.
Novice. I say novelty. Oops, sorry.
Novice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Spinner. You're welcome.
Thank you. It can be a single or it can be plied, and again, has to be at least 50% sheep wool. Category F is spindle spinning, which is awesome because this is new.
It is new.
And I love these next 2 categories because they've been needed.
Right.
Like not everybody can use
a wheel
or wants to use a wheel. Some people love spindle, and I'm terrified because I think I'm going to trip over. I see a lot of tangles in my future if I try to spin with a spindle. But with the spindle category, it can be singles or plied, and it must be at least 50% sheep's wool. And it says if a plied yarn, spindle plied is not required. It may be plied using a wheel.
You just have to do your singles.
You just have to do your singles on the spindle.
Okay.
Category G, e-spinning.
Oh, yes, because there are a lot of e-spinners out there.
And more so even in the last year.
Yes.
Like it's gotten really, really popular, I'd say in the last 12 to 15 months. So singles are plied there, and it must be at least 50% sheep's wool. Download the form.
Yep.
Pay attention to the form because in each category, they're going to tell you the skeins have to be, you have to categorize your skeins, okay? Except for categories D and E, which is your novelty yarn or novice spinner. Every other category that you can enter, you have to take your skein and it has to be labeled fine, medium, or bulky.
You have to.
So pay attention to that.
The weight of your yarn, you have to actually know what it is.
Yeah. So that's just an important thing that I just want to pop out there. Skeins have to be dropped off Saturday morning between 10 and 11. I mean, it's not a big window. So between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m.
You have 1 hour.
Yeah, Tony Jody's gonna be watching my booth, and I'm gonna come back. She's gonna watch my booth, and we're gonna swap back and forth so we can go run and enter our stuff. So between 10 and 11, they get dropped off on Saturday, and judging is actually Saturday at noon. Last year, I was like, wasn't even paying attention because I thought judging wasn't until Sunday. Because that's what they had done 2 years prior. Judging had been Sunday. And I was like, oh, wait, what? Yeah, somebody comes along. She goes, hey, your yarn's won. And I went, what do you mean? They judged? She goes, yeah, girl, you won best of show. And I went, oh my God, I gotta go. So, Jeannine, I'll be back. But yeah, so pay attention to those time frames when you're looking at the stuff online, because don't be me and look at only what you want to see.
Right.
But so that's the end of the competition stuff. It's really awesome because they've got a lot of different things going on. So let's say you've made it through the barns to look at all the vendors. You have so many other things that you can go see. You can go take a look at everything that people have entered for the competitions, for the fleece, for the knitted garments.
You have that, but there's a lot of other things that they're doing too. So we're going to do those other things that are going on at the same time. So there's a sheep show and sales that is on Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
And used sheep raising equipment sale.
Oh.
And the sheep sale begins on Sunday. So you can go and you can look at the sheep, see what you want.
Look Saturday and buy Sunday.
Yeah, and the buy on Sunday.
There's some really cute sheep.
Yeah, there are, but you can't have any. There's an Angora rabbit show as well on Saturday.
Can I have one of those?
No. So this one is, so judging begins on Saturday. It looks like 10 because they have check-in from 8:30 to 10.
I see.
And then they start judging right after.
10 a.m. begins judging.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then on Saturday, why does it say 2? They've got 2 different times on there. But it's in barn 28, which is the mini horse barn. So if you want to go see some cute little bunnies, go on over there. They have Working Dogs Talk. So they're probably going to be doing, last year they were showing how the guard dogs actually round up sheep and stuff that was out on that grassy area in front of our building.
I always miss all that.
Yeah,
so do you.
I do, because we're always busy. But they're going to be doing some working dog stuff that day as well.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then it just has the show schedule, which is Saturday from 10 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 4. And I know, I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday, but they bus people in from like Pennsylvania and New York. They go, hey, you want to do a bus trip to Great Lakes Fiber Show? And they show up, and it's like all of a sudden there's all these people that all of a sudden descend on your barn, and it's like, where'd they come from?
I think that's Sunday, because I think we
Is it
started Sunday slow, and then
it got
all
busy.
of a sudden from like 11 to 1:30, we were like, where did all these people come from? And then later Sunday afternoon, it's always like the last 2.5 hours, they're slower, steady. Yeah. So if you're a person that doesn't want to really be around big crowds,
come Sunday afternoon
after 1 o'clock, you'll have a lot less people to deal with. Saturday's just nuts. I'm just going to tell you straight up. Yeah. Saturday is almost nuts from the minute you start to the minute you stop.
And we're either going to have a hot, humid day, or we're going to have a cold, rainy day. It's one or the other.
Never just an okay day. Last year I had gloves on for part of the day, and I had a beanie hat. Like,
she's running around going, okay, who has gloves for sale?
It's like, I need gloves. I got to go buy a pair of gloves. I can't feel my fingers anymore.
It was funny.
And you would think by now, like, we would know that you just can't trust Memorial Day weekend in Ohio. You don't know what you're going to get. I would almost kill for an 86-degree day, even though we'll all be out there going, oh my God, I'm dying. But I'd rather that than a rainy weekend again.
And we're in a building where they have the doors open at both ends, so there's always a breeze through there.
Yep.
And so we're in the shade, we're out of the sun, we're out of the weather.
They half closed those doors last year.
Because it was raining.
Because it was raining. They closed the doors just enough for people to walk through the barn. So everybody stayed dry.
Yeah.
But and the rain has never deterred anybody yet.
Has not.
I don't know how that happens, that the rain just doesn't.
Because this is a big show.
I look forward to this weekend so much.
It is huge for Ohio and the surrounding states, because we're going to start talking about some of the vendors. There are vendors from Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, New York, Pennsylvania, obviously Ohio. There are people from all over who come and vend at this show. It's like it kicks it off for the summer shows. There are, Vendors are sold out. The booths are sold out. There are
They
over
are.
100 vendors this year.
Absolutely.
So you have a lot of vendors to choose from. There's a lot of indie dyers. There's a lot of people who specialize in just spinning wheels. There's one lady there. She has she's my competitor for the Ashford stuff, but whatever I don't have, she has, vice versa. You have people there who just have rovings for spinning. They don't even have yarns. They just support that. There's someone who does baskets and bags.
And Laura, my friend, her and her husband do the wooden yarn bowls.
Oh yeah, the bowls.
They have wooden yarn bowls, and they raise Pygora and Angora goats. So she's got a lot of hand-spun, beautiful yarns that she's dyed, and they're from her goats. Such beautiful stuff. Right.
So there's a wide variety. You have people who specialize only in natural yarns, like we have Bare Naked Wools is in Canton, and they're part of our yarn tour that we do here in the fall. She has just natural fibers. Last year they started having some dyed fibers, but mostly they're all natural colors.
She usually has it with intent. There's usually a pattern
with
or
her yarn,
a reason why she has a colored yarn in. It's never, oh, I'm going to start carrying colored yarns.
Right.
Like,
it was for a specific pattern for the tour last year. But her yarns are all natural fibers. They're all natural colors. And you get to see all the different colors of fibers in sheep that there are out there. And they have kits available. They have you can buy just skeins of yarn. And so we're talking, the people that we've talked about so far are in Building 11, which is where we're going to be.
Zeilingers is in Building 11 as well.
Plus they have a trailer outside of Building 11
they do.
for all their fibers.
Well, they also pick up a lot of wool to take back and process for people that weekend.
There's a couple groups that do that. Zeilingers is one, and Ohio Valley is the other one. Or you can
think I've talked to the Ohio Valley people before,
so you can drop off your fiber if you have a fleece. And they will process it for you and put it either in the form of roving or yarn, depending on what you want. So that is something that is available too. Reach out to those groups. Check the vendors out now. Go to their websites. They're all up there. Check them out. Have a plan when you go.
I mean, I'm looking at this list and I'm trying to think of the ones that I know. 100 Ravens. I met them last year.
That was their first year last year. They're across the aisle from me.
Listen.
Their yarns are fabulous.
I literally walked over to the lady and went, okay, so I'm a new indie dyer and I want to be you when I grow up. And she goes, well, I didn't dye all this. And then she told me the name of the other person that did dye some of it. She goes, I'm working this show and I do dye some of it. I was like, it's just beautiful. And their setup is so beautiful. And I'm like,
yeah, it's fabulous.
I'll get there.
But it's fun watching how these people do their stuff.
And, you know, it's really neat. Like, in my world of the indie dyers, from the shows that, like, okay, being at Great Lakes last year with having a little bit there, and then being at Wild and Woolly, and then going to talks to some of the indie dyers, like, you get a little nervous. You're like, oh, are they going to be like, I've been around longer than you, I'm cool.
And they're not.
They're and, like, friendly. They're so helpful. And, like, if you're over there and you're like, oh my God, I don't understand how you do this. Like, they'll literally open a skein and go, here, let's talk it out. And so they're just so giving of their knowledge. And that's part of why I like going to the shows, is because that Sunday when it gets a little ick,
you can walk around.
You can take a minute, walk around and see what's there.
Well, we will tell you that in Building 11, so Kathy, who teaches here in the store, Kathy Arnold, she's with Alpaca Kid and You. She has booth 20. I'm in booth 18 and 19. Laura Faulkner and her husband are in 16 and 17 right next to me. So, and then Chuck is on the other side of Kathy.
Chuck is on the end, and he's got some...
Esmeralda Designs, and then Chuck.
Sorry, Esmeralda Designs.
Yeah, she has fabulous bags.
She has fabulous bags.
And then across the way is Bare Naked Wools. 100 Ravens is over there. And Kris is going to be behind us on the other side of the curtain.
I'm so glad that I got in the same building, though. So at least I'm on the back side of them in Building 11, probably right behind either her or Laura. So I'm going to be peeking through the curtain all day. Pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain, just to bother them. But so I am glad. We might not get to be next to each other, but we'll at least get to be like, hey, do you have any ones? I ran out of ones. Like, we may have to play that game.
Yep.
But like, as far as the ones that I'm used to really seeing, Bewitched Pigments.
Yes.
Briar Rose.
Yeah.
Briar Rose has some fabulous stuff, and if you see something you like, buy it fast because her stuff sells.
Yes, and that's fine. Bewitched Pigments. I like her because she has a lot of different stitch markers. That's what I had. She's in the 4-H barn, right? I think she's in the 4-H barn. That's where I had.
Yes, she's in the 4-H building.
When I get my 15-minute break, I run over there because I like to see what she has. Oh, and in the grandstand, somebody has pottery. Or glass.
No, pottery.
Is it pottery?
It's pottery. Because she also has
glass bottoms in her pottery.
She does. And then she also has some really kick-ass shawl pins.
Correct.
So, that's really cool.
So we have our favorites.
We do. Destination Yarns. That's Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a Cleveland person.
She
does the colorways by city or something like that.
She does the natural parks.
The natural parks. Wasn't cities.
She'll do cities.
Okay.
She's done them for the other yarn shops in the area.
I was trying to remember.
But she does the national parks. Yes.
Laughing Cat Fibers is in building 11. 5-6.
Yeah.
I won't get to see her except to wave around the curtain, but she's on your side.
Oh, she's across the hall from me.
Yeah, she's across the hall from you.
Nice. I get to see her stuff then.
You do. She's got great stuff. But yeah, you need to go on because I can't even tell you. There's a lot of like mid-mitten designs. Mohawk Valley Farm Alpacas is out there, but they're outdoors. So you'll see some tents set up kind of in between buildings, and you'll see a lot of fleece for sale out there. Some of the guilds are out there.
And if it's not too hot, they'll have an alpaca or two with them too.
That's so much
again,
fun.
There's over 100 vendors this year from all over the region.
This is amazing.
Go check it out. GreatLakesFiberShow.org. Be proactive. Know what you're looking for. Be aware of who's there.
Absolutely. Look through, like, if you have do some project planning.
Yeah.
And let's say you have something that requires 5 skeins of sock yarn for a shawl that you're doing, and you have 4, but you can't find that one skein that would go really great. Take a picture of those 4.
Or take them with you.
Oh, that's just more to carry later. No, take a picture. Trust me. Take a picture and bring empty bags or a backpack. You'll need it.
Lots of empty bags.
Lots of empty bags. But that way you can at least make reference, and then you're not buying like willy-nilly, which we do a little bit anyway. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, there's a couple vendors out there like that it has absolutely nothing to do with yarn or spinning, but you're going to find some really cool like t-shirts that talk about wool or have a funky sheep on them. Yeah. There's
a lady who does, I think she's from Ohio, I can't remember. She does needle felting kits.
Really?
She's in one of the other barns. We came across her last year. I stopped and talked with her for quite a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah. But I think she's local here in Ohio too. But yeah, it was nice to see someone who had done that. Again, check it out.
Yep.
There was something else I was going to say. Oh, if you have a spinning wheel in need of repair, check out Ed the Wheel Healer. He's in one of the other buildings.
I think he's...
It's the building behind us, and I don't know which one that is. Like, we're here, there's one behind us.
I don't know. We don't have a site map, so I can't tell you.
Anyway, contact them ahead of time. Find them on there.
Absolutely.
Call them, because you can drop off your wheel. They will take it. They can at least tell you what is wrong with it, what they need to do. They've even gone as far as to make the part to replace it if they don't have it.
That's
like
awesome.
They can
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, they can make replacement pieces. So if you have those really old 100-year or plus that has a broken thing here.
Yeah, we see stuff like that on our spinner groups.
Yep.
On Facebook all the time. They'll be like, so, I thought it was a working wheel, but apparently I'm missing something. And then everybody in the group plays the guessing game of what you might be missing.
Right.
That's the wheel you take to him.
Yeah. So contact them first. They have at least a double space in that barn, and there's many people working there. I know Ed has probably retired by now, but the family has kept it up, and they do those as well.
Is he the one that had the great wheel?
No, that's a different guy.
Okay. All right. There was a great wheel there.
Mhm.
And this thing, if you've never seen a great wheel,
It's huge.
it's awesome.
Hill Farm has one in one of the houses. They have a great wheel.
They do.
But yeah.
And then just real quick, so everybody knows there's no entry fee for you to
walk
come
in. Nope.
to the show. There is no fee for parking. However, there is parking all over the place.
Yep.
And sometimes they have opened up the racetrack and had people park in the grass, and some years they have not. So I don't know if they'll be parking in the grass.
Depends on how
in
busy
the middle
it
of
gets.
Yeah, I really don't know. But
we get there so early, we don't have to worry about it. But
oh,
yeah.
thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. But
Yep.
yeah, so there's no parking for that, and there will be food. There's
They have food trucks.
There are food trucks there, and there are some of the best cheesy fries you have ever had in your entire life, because it's my lunch almost every year. And yeah, 5 people could share a large thing
I just
of
get
fries.
a burger. Just bring me back a burger. I'm
Just
good.
bring back a burger.
So, well, we got to wrap this up. We got to
We
get
do.
going. We got things to do.
We do. Happy Mother's Day again,
Absolutely.
guys. We hope all of the mothers out there, the soon-to-be mothers, have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Absolutely. And hopefully we will get to see you at Great Lakes Fiber Show.
I'm so excited. I can't
Like
stand
and
it.
share.
Oh,
We're
yes.
all over the place.
Subscribe to our page if you have not.
Absolutely.
And leave us comments about anything that you have questions about.
Alk&me Longtail Knits Blue Fiber Tree. You're going to find us everywhere in social media. Just go search us out.
You get yelled at.
Yes.
You got yelled at by the cameraman. All right. Have a great weekend, guys.
We'll see you later.
Bye.